It doesn't matter. But The Rock say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. Lay the smack down up in here. I went live earlier. Been lit. Loving these lives. Loving these lives. We got a special guest in the building. We got this special guest. This is a different type of special guest. This is a special guest. This individual has inspired me and doing things in the space, getting acclimated in the space, putting himself out there. A true creator, a true creator. We're gonna let this individual up. I see Geo Secured is in the building. I'm gonna do a little bit of yapping and get the part get TikTok warmed up. So I'm assuming that y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Audio check. Audio check. Green light go. Green light go. Let me check. Let me check. We got Nigel. Come on. Uh, ooh. Let me. I'm gonna let you up, bro. And there's a trick here. There's a trick here. You have to switch the scene. You have to switch the scene. You can't just let people up. TikTok wouldn't work that way. Yeah, you got to switch the scene up. And yes, we are streaming on YouTube. What's up, bro?
What up, though?
Okay, I see the joints up there. Yeah, yeah, real chill, real chill. Yeah, got the plush. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it.
I'm just vibing, man.
For
Let me
sure.
not. I'm not trying to deter though, man. Let me not even.
You good, bro. You good. You good. Um, this so before actually you're not deterring. You're in fact help me warm this joint up. And what I need from you, what does the field identify the IAM engineer as? Oh, I lost you. It's on mute. It's on mute.
Oh, my fault. My fault. You said the IAM engineer.
Yeah.
Um, what's your reword your question? What do you mean? What do we identify,
So
man?
what are the job boards specifically saying that the IAM engineer responsibilities are?
They are typically doing responsibility. So they're the they follow under the identity lifecycle management, right? They are the SSO and federation design, right? They handle the RBAC and ABAC modeling. They work with something called PAM, right? Privilege access management. Think about your MFA and passwordless rollouts. Those are the things that IAM manager engineers do. Excuse me. They work with conditional access policies, right? Um, API and machine identity governance. Those are some of the things that IAM deals with, and yeah, it depends on
Yeah.
what route you go.
I think that's great. Nigel covered it well, and we're gonna get the special guest up here, y'all. Trust me. Trust me. We're gonna spend some time with the guest, learn what the guest has going on. The journey. It's all about the journey. It's all about the journey. And Geo Secured is documenting that journey, and not a lot of people are doing that. They're not doing it. Not everyone. So another question I'm gonna throw at you, Nigel. As far as the IAM engineer, what are some of the type of tools that they touch?
Tools. Okay. So I would say, think your Microsoft Entra ID, right? Azure AD. Think Okta. Think Ping Identity. I'm not trying to think. I don't want to take Geo's thunder, but think your think your Microsoft Entra ID. Think your Okta. Think your Ping, right? Think your if you're in the cloud, think your Amazon Web Service, the IAM, right? If you want to go to PAM, right? If you want to think privilege access management, think your CyberArk, think your Beyond Trust. If you want to go the governance and administration route, think your SailPoint, think your, I'm gonna stop there. I don't want to steal too much thunder, man. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
these
No, you're fine.
those are the tools, man. You know what I'm saying? I just have to know these things as being a CTI. I got to know all the different mechanisms of how things work. Because the threat actors know, so I got to know.
Yes, sir.
All good. Everyone, we have the Geo secured in the building. Welcome in, bro. Welcome in.
Sup, sup?
Appreciate you. Appreciate. Let me get some cheers going. Everybody. No, bro, I saw your profile. I ran across multiple profiles, right? And yours stood out. Yours stood out, and what stood out about it is the action, like the journey, the documentation. Can you just start by why did you start First of all, if you're not following Geo Secure, go follow him.
Sup, what up?
Go check out his pin post. Go check out that one where he's got that angle in the corner and he's looking. What do you call it? The crappy computer setup. Talk to us, bro. Talk to us. What inspired you to start documenting that journey?
Just honestly, the community. I seen that there were a lot of when I first started making videos, there weren't a lot of people doing those kind of videos. Everybody kind of was just explaining how to break into cybersecurity. So I was just like, you know what? I want to do something different, and I just want to see where it goes. I didn't know it was gonna do anything, but I just believed, and I was just like, I'm not. I was 19 at the time, I believe. Yeah, I was 19 when I first started making videos, and I was just like, I'm just going to document this journey, and wherever it takes me, wherever it takes me.
Yeah, I love
Honestly,
that. I love that, bro. And you come at it with a truly authentic approach, as far as like you add the comedy in there, you add the serious components in there. You have
yep,
all the elements that make up a fantastic hero story, and that's what this is here. We're looking at a
yeah,
hero. I'm looking at a hero right now.
yeah.
So I think I've been trying to track you and try to stay up with you. Did you secure a role? Did I see that you secured something? What?
No, I have not secured a role
Okay.
just yet. I
Okay.
had interviews. I had two recent interviews. Sadly, we didn't secure the role, but hey, you learn lessons. That's all it's about, learning.
Give
That's the whole journey.
give it to us, bro. What lessons learned from that moment? Can you share some of the immediate lessons learned?
Immediate lessons is definitely touch up on soft skills. They're definitely underrated. Um, that's one thing that I didn't touch up like specifically with soft skills because I'm a people's person, so I thought I already had it. Like I bring good energy, so I thought okay, interview, I got that. That's pretty easy. But yeah, definitely touch up on soft skills. That's where I will say you know the technical standpoint will handle itself. If you know your information, you'll be able to go in the interview and talk about what you know. But the soft skills is just being a people person and knowing how to interview, and that's where the money happens. Honestly,
Got you. So I've been like labeling everything as aspiring IAM engineer. Are you also looking for other roles as well, or is it IAM engineer? Period. Nothing else. I don't care what they call it. It's got to be that. Like, what's the stance on it?
well, I mean, obviously, I would like any role, but I just want that engineer job title. That is just my goal. That's my ultimate goal. So I just love that engineer. It just has a ring to it, has a great sound to it. You tell people that you're an engineer and they look at you completely different than you tell them anything else.
Different.
So
Different, bro.
that's just what I like, honestly.
You a brain. You're a brainiac. They say
Yeah.
brain. So critical
Hmm.
thinking. These engineers like to break things down, build them back up, and I love it, bro. I'm glad that
Yeah.
you found your. Come up here, be for you, Echo. I see you got a question. Uh, I see you got your you figured out your path. Most people,
Yeah.
they can't figure that piece out, bro. They
Yes.
cannot figure it
And
out, and
yeah.
they get lost. There's a lot of noise. They get lost in the
Yeah.
noise, and they can't put up those blinders and hyper focus on what do I want. How did you figure out? How did did you do some independent research and start looking for other type of roles, and then you found this? Like, how'd that all come about?
Honestly, how it all came about, it took me a while. That's why when when people don't really know their path in cyber, I tell them go on Chat GPT, and I'm pretty sure you've used Chat GPT for a while. So ask it based on the information that it knows about you, give you some roles that will best fit you. And that's exactly what I did. I went on Chat GPT and I asked it, give me some roles, ask me some questions, and that's what it did. And I answered them, and it mapped me out straight to IAM, and it gave me some other different pathways, and then it showed me certification paths and just gave me like a roadmap, and then I just did the forward research myself. And then also with content, um I know a lot of people, so that kind of leveraged it too. With being in a lot of different communities, I was able to ask around like, hey, how do I get here, how do I get there, so being close to a lot of people honestly helped.
Nice. I'm happy for you, bro. I encourage you to keep going. Keep pushing. With the tenacity that you've already shown, the perseverance, the resilience. You document the failures and the successes. Whenever that
Yep.
interview went bad, you're talking about lessons learned. Like I
Yep.
respect that 100%. It's what more folks should be doing.
Yeah.
We got B for you Echo in here. She's a very familiar, friendly to the space. What you got over there? B for you. Question, comment, idea. What you got? Oh, it went on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yep, yep.
I guess I'm probably gonna have a lot of questions. I guess the question I would ask is what soft skills did you feel like you needed to work on? I'll just give a brief background so you can understand. I've been in the field for about 4 years now, and I do a lot of manual operational side work with deprovisioning and provisioning. So
Hmm.
I'm trying to branch out more because I wasn't aware of how big this field was. So I haven't even started interviewing or doing anything or even putting out any applications. I think I've just been honing in on what skills I would need and just working from the beginning, well, working from the end backwards, if that makes any sense. So I just wanted to know what soft skills that you thought you did have, but you found out that you are needing to work on.
So during those interviews, it was just basically coming off as me being willing to learn. So I thought, okay, my first interviews, I need to know my stuff. I need to know my stuff. I need to know my stuff. I need to know the technical questions. I need to, I just need to, I felt like I thought I need to know everything, which was not really the case. So just me coming off as being willing to learn and being willing to apply myself when I get to the role. And when I talked to some of my mentors, that's what they told me. That's a part of soft skills is just knowing how to express that. So that's where I meant by needing to hound down on my soft skills because I thought that me being a people's person, I was going to handle everything. That it's just a part of my personality. I know how to talk. I know how to properly communicate. So I thought that I was just going to handle it when I got there instead of just me actually interview prepping with my mentors and them going through that with me, and I would have been totally fine. So that's what I meant by soft skills that I needed to touch up on.
Okay. And then you were saying that you haven't landed the role yet. So are you wanting to be an engineer? So like, cause from my perspective, I kind of sit at the mid-level role. I'm not necessarily an analyst anymore. I'm more of the mid-level. But from what I'm researching is, there's the analyst, then there's the mid-level, and then there's the engineer, which is considered the a more senior level role.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of trying to see like what what do you have in your background that would qualify
Qual-
you for
Qualify me for.
engineering? Yeah.
Well, honestly, I'm more of the type of shoot for the stars and land on the moon. Obviously, I know I do not have the background to have an engineer role, but if I shoot for the stars, eventually I could land in an analyst role. I could land in a mid-level role and then eventually work my way up. So it's not necessarily that I'm just denying everything else that comes my way. No,
Mhm.
I understand that it takes time to get there, and that's what the whole journey is about. And that's why I record. That's why I record in all my videos. That's why I talk about it in all my videos. That's that's the product of what I do.
Can can I? Sorry, can I just? I didn't mean to cut your wisdom. I just
No,
want
no,
to
you're fine.
comment. Is the question what skills are needed for an engineering role, or like help me better understand the question before you like are you trying to figure out what is separating a mid-level role to an engineering role?
I think I found it. And I do have to catch up with you and let you know what all I've been doing. I think I found it. It's just I don't want to get overwhelmed with not having the certification portion that they're looking for. Does that make sense? So when I look at roles, um, I have had a couple of interviews and I have sat down and I've talked with people, and a lot of them have, asked me to send them my resume and they have, kept me in mind. But the biggest thing for them is like, I don't have sell point, or I don't have, um, like I don't have the certification for what they're needing at this point. Like I am working on the SC 300, I think it is. But I don't see a lot of analyst roles out there. Like I'm not really looking per se because I'm doing more networking. Like I feel like I'm getting more buzz from networking with people that are already in the field or higher up, but I'm just trying to better prep myself so if I do decide to blindly apply for a position, then I won't go in there and that'll be like the one thing that I don't have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I would say this, right? Just to make it simple, when you think IAM engineering, right? Think just break it down. If you understand the basic components of IAM in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you understand, federation, trust, authentication versus authorization, you understand IAM high level, right? I'm not saying you're an SME, but you understand it.
Mhm.
Right.
From an engineering, right? Let's break the title down.
Okay.
IAM, you understand that.
Yes.
Engineering is a fancy word, right? That makes all the engineers feel like, oh, we're so cool. All you're doing is automation and and when it comes to IAM provisioning, can you automate tasks? Can you automate things? That is all engineers do.
Yeah.
They use
Okay.
PowerShell, they use Python, they have to understand REST API interaction, they have to understand Terraform, they have to understand CI/CD pipeline integration, they have to understand Git. That is it. They also have to understand the IAM aspect. That
Mhm.
is the only difference. Don't let titles freak you out.
Okay.
All you have to understand is, do I understand IAM? Yes. Do I know how to automate? If that is no, then go learn PowerShell, go learn Python, understand what an API is, understand what Terraform and CI/CD pipelines. That's it. That is
Okay.
it. And if anyone
Okay.
tells you different, tell them come talk to me.
Okay. That actually that helped a lot. That helped a lot.
I'll jump in
Yeah, I
there.
appreciate it.
I think
Yeah.
there's some great things to uncover there. I like what Nigel said about the title and not focusing on that, but I would also go a level deeper and looking at the job description and also not even
Yeah.
focusing on that too much. Like, be aware of what it's asking for. Look for patterns, but they're gonna call it something different every single time at every
Hmm.
other role at every other company. But there's gonna be a lot of similarities. So there are patterns there, and then I like the idea of looking levels up from your existing. Maybe you might get the analyst when you first get there, but having an idea of what these engineering level folks are doing, what the architect level folks are doing, it's just going to better prepare you for when that day comes. You're already speaking the language. You already have the connections. You're acclimated to the to your swag that you need to bring to the equation. A lot of different things, but I wanna pivot here. Geo Secure, bro, you said
Yes.
something to me that really captured my attention, and you said something about mentors. You didn't say mentor. You said mentors, plural with the S. Like, what are you
Yes.
talking about? Why do you have mentors?
Just people who are already in the field, so just they can help drastically when it comes to being successful in this space. Like you just need people like I'm talking about one call away type mentors, that you can just get information from and they can really show you the way. So
So not
that's
so more than one.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, if you can, more than one. If you and what I mean by mentors, I also mean by friends, and they don't have to just be somebody that you go in the community and you pay. I'm not just saying just that. This could be connections, new people that you meet. So that's what I mean by mentors. It's just like honestly, people that I meet that can help me and I help them. So
And can you speak to I was gonna say favorite mentor, but like, can you speak to the mentor who's a veteran in the space for you? How did that relationship happen? Just so that way folks can get an idea of how the interactions and the engagements. Um, Maybe we might get into the rules of engagement, but just the
mhm.
initial bump into each other.
Yeah. So it's so funny the way how it happened was literally through my videos. So I made a video and he's seen this program. I forgot what it was. It was like a year or two ago. And he hit me up and I was actually asleep. He was spamming me on TikTok, Instagram, and I was asleep. And I woke up, so I was like, "Who is this?" And then eventually, you guys probably know who he is. Is Ace with the Spade. So yeah, I
Oh,
consider him as one of my mentors. He helps me out with
OG.
so much. So yeah, I actually remember him from going viral from a couple of other videos, and I was like, "Yo, this is cool." So I locked in with him, and we just locked in, and then eventually a conference came around and it was a render in ATL. So he was out there, and then I went out there. Actually, I got into that event for free, literally through my videos. So he was at the conference. I met up with him. We locked in. We just had good vibes, and ever since then, like I can call him anytime. Sometimes he calls me, and yeah. So and another one of my mentors I met, I believe it was through a Discord. It was in a IAM specific Discord, and we were both kind of working towards the same things. And and yeah,
Nice.
we just locked in, and I still talk to him to this day. Actually, he was just in the live. His name Cash Leopard. I consider him one of my mentors. He's in
Nice.
IAM. He's
Nice.
going for a sell point. I think role right now. So he secure
Okay.
family.
Let's dive into some of the rules of engagement, and this is completely your answer, bro. What are things that you're doing as the mentee to mature the relationship, get the answer to your questions? What do you do to be successful as a mentee?
Just making sure that I stay a sponge. Just making sure that I keep soaking information, making sure that we're staying connected. I'm constantly talking to them, and just honestly, when I call them too, it doesn't always have to be cyber. How's your family? How's everybody? So just making sure that just that relationship stays consistent. So hey, one day, who knows? You can help me, and I can help you.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be this transactional thing.
Yeah.
It can be completely genuine, authentic. Like
Hmm.
eventually, hey, man, you my friend. You my friend, bro.
Hmm.
Like I hit you up at your birthday. I say what's up.
Yep.
Y'all, your anniversary with your
Yep.
wifey or if your husband, whatever. Like
Yep.
you're engaged. You're wanting to because the mentor is getting something out of this too. Everyone, they are. They're educating. They're perfecting their craft. They're becoming more of a master because they are able to regurgitate information in a
Hmm.
way that the mentee it's landing for the mentee. So
Yeah.
apply that pressure. And so let me ask you one more, and we can move on from mentors because I took a dip. Um, do you ever feel like uh, you're doing too much? Like some of these people, they have like a little bit of time. How do you still feel like you can still engage and get the answers that you need, even if they are like may not respond that same day? Like how does that work for you?
Um, I mean, I have a lot of friends in the space. So if they can't, if they can't get to me or respond, I'm in a lot of discords too. So it's a lot of community. So and very specific discords also. So like yeah, if they can't get to me as soon as possible, I can always text the Discord, hey, you guys, what is this? Or simply just do my own research.
Resourceful.
Like that's best too. Yeah.
This guy
Just
is
do my own
resourceful, y'all.
research. So
Let
it's
me.
just sometimes I like asking the Discord because I will get like personal experience from others. So that's that's the part of the reason why.
I like that, bro. You hit the nail on the head. What's up, Seek Nay? He's an IAM architect. What's up, Tom? Cybersecurity. What's up,
My boy
Angelique?
Tom,
Zero Day
Tom,
Sloan. We got the script kitty up in
my
here.
boy
We got Princess.
Sloan.
We got some heavy hitters in here, y'all. I'm
Yes, sir. Some heavy hitters in here for sure.
love all the support. I'll peel back from the questions. Everyone, you know how I do these lives. If you have questions, dropping them in the chat is one thing, but accelerate yourself to the front of the line by requesting up. We got like 8 slots up here, so we need you to come up, ask those questions. You can pose it to GeoSecure, to Nigel, to B for you, or even me. But right now we're focused on GeoSecure, so we'll keep the attention on him as much as possible.
Yeah,
All
we got
right.
some heavy hitters in here.
All right, all right, all right. So let me ask, bro, is architect in the future?
Hey, I mean, yeah, it's definitely down the line for sure. For sure. For sure.
I like that. I like that.
See
Any?
y'all had that project coming along. It's getting there. It's getting there. Procrastination. I gotta stop.
Yeah, I saw one. I saw one with the NBA. Right? Is that what you're talking about?
It's called an NBIA, National Basketball Identity and Access.
Can you tell folks about what you're doing with that? I really love that, bro. I wish you could share just a little high level different things that you have going on with that.
So with that, it's a on-prem environment that I was planning to sync into a cloud environment. So it's just a NBA simulated enterprise. So I just kind of wanted to make a passion project because I heard a lot of people talked about doing something that you're passionate in. So I was like, basketball was something that I did growing up, all the way to high school, a little bit after high school. So yeah, so but yeah, it's a active. I'm in Active Directory, and doing a little scripting right now for it, and just procrastination got to me, so I got to continue that.
But the idea is that you're creating a fictitious company with real life scenarios that happen in real life, and so that way
Mhm.
it can simulate different activity. I,
Yeah,
I like that.
that's all that it is. Just simulating different activity.
That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. All right. Questions, comments, thoughts. Anyone want to also come up and share some of their experiences? Anyone already? Let's do this. Let's get some engagement, y'all. Put a one in the chat if you have heard of identity access and management before. Put a two in the chat if this is foreign, first time ever hearing about IAM, identity access and management. Two in the chat if this is foreign, first timer. Put a one in the chat if you have heard of IAM, Identity Access and Management. Let's see what we're working with. What y'all got?
Snap.
And while that's happening, uh, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of ones. So most people are familiar. This is I haven't seen a two. I haven't seen a two. So we got most people familiar. We don't know how familiar. We just know that they know what it is. So that's good. So we're talking. We at least know, like, for this group, we high level stuff. All right. Where y'all want to take it? What y'all want to do, man? What y'all we could we could
I got a question. Jill, what would you say? Um, what are some most important skills for someone who wants to enter into the IAM space?
Um, definitely knowing the terms. So provisioning, deprovisioning. Just like how you said, authentication, authorization, and I know a lot of people love working in they call it the UI, but just sometimes getting in that PowerShell and just getting in that elbow grease. Like I feel like you need that. Like you need to learn how. You just need to.
oh, I lost you.
So
You back.
am I
Yeah.
back?
Yeah, you back.
Sorry, I had.
I heard you say folks are getting versed up in PowerShell and getting skilled up and leveraging different commands to make their jobs easier.
Yes, definitely.
Is it scary? Is that any of that scary?
It can be a little intimidating, because I'm trying to learn PowerShell right now, and I first time I tried to learn it, quit. Second time, quit. So I'm like on my third time. So I'm kind of getting the little gist of it, but I'm still really beginner phases, and it can get very intimidating. But I mean, we have AI, so it's a lot of stuff that we can do that we can learn.
Yep. Yeah, we got the power of AI, and if everyone doesn't know, if you run into an error message, you can feed that error message into AI,
Yep.
ChatGPT, Grok,
Mhm.
Claude, Gemini. All of them will return a way to work through that issue. Every one of them. It's amazing. We live in an amazing time right now. What's up, Monty? Welcome up. I don't. I think I'm not sure if I ever seen you before, but welcome in. Welcome to the panels. You right now you got the opportunity to share an experience, related to the topic here. You can ask a question. So feel free to let us know what you got going on.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's up? What's up? Hello, everybody. I'm Monty. I'm a data analyst with Department of Homeland Security during the day, and then at night I'm a system admin, like SOC analyst with Department of Army Intelligence with DoD at night. Uh, and I was seeing you guys speaking on like I guess well I was on it last night, but I came at the last minute, just trying to network and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna catch it today. But yeah, so I've been in the field since 2020 when they kind of started opening up the remote realm, like when the COVID everything shut down, and I ended up getting my clearance. And I know networking is a big thing up here. If anyone is interested in getting a clearance, you can let me know and we can go about that. Um, Also, as well, it's just having that clearance. Well, I'm at GovTech, so having that clearance and your certs is definitely valuable when you're trying to be in this field and talk money conversation with recruiters and companies and stuff like that. You know, and I'm just open to networking with people and
Yeah.
trying to just go from there.
You open the door, bro, to those infamous security clearances. For let's pretend everyone knows what the clearance is and the different levels, but they don't know how to obtain it. Can you give us like a real high level? I know it'd probably take a deeper dive, but can you give us like a high
Yeah.
level of what it would take to get one of those secret or get any
So
type of clearance?
it's So I tell everybody not to believe everything on the internet, because it's two political ways to get a clearance. You either gonna find a job to sponsor it, which is nowadays they not. It costs too much, So a lot of companies are not doing it how they used to back then. So they rather you already have it coming in. And I'm speaking from the GovTech side of things because it's a lot of like when people mix up GovTech and then cybersecurity or something like that, you could do cybersecurity or something through like non-private sector companies like banks. I don't know for banks. I don't know why you don't need a clearance for banks because you're looking at sensitive information and people's stuff. But you like Navy Federal and all of them, you don't need a security clearance for that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm speaking for the GovTech side. So it only makes sense to have a government clearance if you're trying to work for the government as like a contractor or even a GS. But yeah, it's only two political ways to do it. You can either find a job to sponsor it, or if you immediately need it, you can join the military. You know, um, and most military people go in with at least a secret. You know what I'm saying? And it's five levels to the clearance. You have the public trust, which is they call it confidential. You have the secret, which most everybody in the military have, and then the bread and butter is the top secret, and then the TSSCI, which I have, and then the TSCI poly or full scope poly you know.
Okay.
So having those to your name is like seeing someone have doctor by their name. Like someone had got a doctor, they kind of like work money or they didn't put the time in for whatever they're trying to do. It's just as a credential to your name, and I would never let my clearance expire ever.
Nice. All right, let me pivot
I
over.
sorry, I just wanted to. He mentions he gave an example of why banks don't require clearances, and the main reason why is banks operate in the private financial sector. They handle sensitive data, not classified data. That's why
Got
they
you.
don't need a clearance.
That's cool. All right.
That makes more sense.
And let's see, Geo Secure. I know you got those mentors, bro. What was the feedback on clearances when I'm sure that came up? Or is that something that they put on you to try and achieve?
Yeah, especially I know Ace, public sector. He definitely told me find out roles that like help desk roles that are sponsoring. So he definitely put that in my ear for sure a lot.
How do you feel about it? Is it something that like resonates, or is it landing, or is it like it's nice to have?
Um, um, it's landing. I never really like did my research on it and kind of like start pursuing it, but I definitely heard great news about having a clearance. So
Okay.
definitely something I want to get.
All right, I can respect that. Hey, we got a lot of people in this room I've never seen before. Welcome in, welcome in. Cyber Talks. We're today we're talking about identity, access and management. We're IAM Engineering, and we got a special guest to I don't know, is this my left or I don't even know to my right, on screen my left. I don't even know how you say that, but we got Geo Secured in the building, y'all. Go follow him. Go check him out. Go see what he has going on. He's an aspiring identity access and management engineer. He is going to get this role. I believe that. He believes that. And there's nothing that's going to stop us from not believing that. Once you set your mind to something, once you start surrounding yourself around the folks that really can get you to that next plateau, you will get there. It's going to take work, and Geo Secured is documenting that journey. So go check out his page. You want to learn how to break in? Go watch him, see what he has going on. He's already shared a lot of nuggets. So Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Questions? And anything else coming up for you, Geo Secured?
Um, Not that I know of right now. We just gotta stay tuned. Stay tuned. You know, I'm dropping updates. I'm trying to get more consistent, man. In 2026, I'm trying to get more consistent. So updates gonna be coming for sure.
Bro, major blockers. Like, if you were to say, man, there's this one thing. I know you said the procrastination on the project piece. You're gonna get there. I know that. You know, you're gonna turn it around. But
Hmm.
major blockers out there for you. That's like, man, if I had this big block obstacle out the way, or even trimmed down, life would be easy peasy. Anything like that coming up?
Uh, I wouldn't say so, honestly. I know a part of the cybersecurity journey, what a lot of people don't talk about is having money. It's all right. The, these these certifications are not cheap.
Training
So
budget. That's what they
yes,
call it.
just yes. So I wouldn't consider that a big blocker for me, but it is one of those that gosh, it's 400 for certification,
Can
200. So
I? I'm sorry. Can I just chime in really quick?
yes.
You mentioned certifications, and then I'm going to build on it. And then you said money. You need money to get into cybersecurity. Okay. What certifications are your blockers trying to get into an IAM engineering role?
Well, starting off was Security Plus.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Outside of that, what's another one?
So outside of that, you got your SC 300. That's not really too expensive, but it can still be a hefty cost for someone who has bills
No,
and
no, no. I'm not making it like sorry, let me reword. Let me
yeah.
rephrase. What are the certifications outside of the money piece?
Hmm.
SC 300, I'm guessing that's Microsoft's.
Microsoft, yeah.
Like, okay. So Security Plus, Microsoft's,
Hmm.
identity, cert, what else? The reason why I ask, right, is because when I think I am even engineers and things like that,
Yeah.
I need to understand the identity life cycle, right? And for me, I don't need just me speaking, and there's Security Plus, understand that's great. But if I was to use my time, right, and my resources for free, the first thing I would understand is that life cycle, right?
Hmm.
What is RBAC? What is LDAP? What is Active Directory? What are some of the HR system integrations like Workday, SAP, things like that?
Hmm.
Free. Then I would move from authentication and authorization. What is SSO? What is MFA? What is zero auth? I think it is, and SAML and OpenID Connect, Kerberos, all
Hmm.
these things, right? I'm learning those things, right? No certification yet.
Yes.
Then, if I wanted to understand some of the platforms, right, I could go into Microsoft.com, go through all of the
Free resources.
free resources, learn about Microsoft Enter ID. I could go on YouTube and learn everything I need to know about Okta. I could learn about SailPoint, CyberArk,
Hmm.
ForgeRock, OneLogin, all these different tools, right? And then I can pivot and start learning about privileged access management, which is PAM. So now I'm learning about just-in-time access, right? I'm learning about segregation of duties, or SOD. I'm learning about privileged account discovery, right? So then I'm understanding tools like CyberArk. I'm learning tools about Beyond Trust. Still, I've paid no money,
Yep.
right? Then I may transition and really get a good understanding of IAM in the cloud, right? I would move into Azure and AWS and learn about the different policy roles and SCPs, which is in AWS, and really understand the federation between on-prem and the cloud,
Hmm.
right? Still spent no money.
Money.
These are the things that IAM analysts and engineers are working on a day-to-day basis. And I don't really need the SC 300 to speak to that. I can just go learn that, right? And then the main thing from the security standpoint, right, is I need to understand that IAM is a defensive control layer. So
Yeah.
you need to understand the different phishing and credential attacks. You need to understand what password spraying is or token theft. You need to understand what privilege escalation techniques are. You need to understand what insider threats are. What is the baseline of normal activity at the enterprise? So if anything deviates from that, I know what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Still,
No
no
money.
money. So now the final piece, the last cherry on top that would make me not only dangerous, but like, oh, you really can't F with me, is if I start going into automation. So you mentioned PowerShell and how you fell off and da 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 da. Now you're gonna lock yourself in because you know that's gonna separate you from the rest. Because you understand once you get in that command line, you really rocking.
Mm-hmm.
If you understand PowerShell, you understand REST APIs, you understand basic Python. You know what I'm saying? Like that is what you can do. And once again, I've spent nothing. So kind of frame your mindset. I know the certifications look good on the resume. I know it does. But if you network and you can meet someone and get in front and just speak to somebody about those things I just said, high level. I am not an SME in none of that, but I understand all of it. But if you can just speak to it like that, you can get your interview. You'll know what you need to study, and you don't even have to spend a whole bunch of money.
You're
The
right.
information is out there, y'all. It's for free.
You're right. There definitely is information out there for free, and you should definitely handle the free resources. You're right. Definitely.
Hey, real quick, Monty, I only had to drop you because it looked like you were driving. TikTok does not like that. We have to keep it safe, y'all. Keep it safe. In fact, since we're talking about safety, uh, when we're talking about your different experiences, please leave your company names out of it. Protect your companies, protect your families, protect your friends,
Yep.
all that good stuff. TikTok friendly language. Let's try to not kill this or destroy this, the health of the live. So I like where Nigel was going with the free, the to low. It sounded like the no cost option. Um,
Yes.
that's it's a knowledge base. It's boosting that knowledge base. So I like where he was going with that. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you said that you're already familiar with like leveraging AI. You're so resourceful, bro. And
Yeah.
taking those different concepts, principles, methodologies, and then trying to build out specific labs that are also free related to those. And I would start because the MBA is lit. Like I love that passion project. Like I can please you have to do it, but
Yeah.
we need the quick wins too.
Yeah.
We need those quick wins.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Somebody said protect your clearance level. I was thinking that as soon as you said it. Sorry, that was funny.
Guys, cool. Yeah, we got some people in there. I heard someone say they're the director of identity access and management. If you want to come up and talk about some of the things that you're seeing, different resources out there that you need on your team, that the type of resources that you look for to be on your team, we want to hear about that. If Sikne is in the building, we would love to hear from some architect level. What are you seeing up there? What are you hearing? What guidance do you have? Pro tips. We need the pro tips, y'all.
I was gonna say, I'm actually going the route that Nigel was talking about, and I'm already in the role, which is why a lot of my questions will tend to be more focused on stuff that you might not know yet, like every day, like knowing, which will probably help you if you just know what joiner mover lever is, what it, provisioning and deprovisioning and zero trust and PowerShell is something I'm working on to help with the automations. I automate every day. I just didn't know that's what I was doing. Understanding the workflow, understanding, most of my job is and this is because of Nate and Nigel that I went back and researched. A lot of my job is me delivering audit ready evidence for people that are higher than me to speak on, whatever their position is. So I basically do a lot of hygiene. I deal with a lot of orphan accounts. I deal with a lot of ghost accounts. I deal with a lot of um, I don't really deal too much with tickets anymore because we've started doing the automations, but a lot of the tickets, like if somebody gets fired and their access needs to immediately be cut, I would be the person that go in and shut everything down. Um, I do the daily reports for we use Workday. So HR pulls the reports from Workday. I pull the reports and put them in Excel, and then Excel is a good thing to know, knowing formulas, knowing how to move around in
Yuck.
Excel. A lot of it is being able to investigate identity related security alerts. So a lot of the times for me, it's more of a I'm more of the worker bee, if you will. So I support the high risk incident responses. I do a lot of the account lockouts. I do a lot of the things that, like, I deal with ServiceNow. ServiceNow helps reduce the provisioning errors. I do a lot of improving the reports for my supervisor to talk about requesting, efficiency and what's going on across the work board. So,
Before you, what skill that do you think you don't have that will separate you from most people in IAM
what's the skill that I think that I don't have that would separate me?
currently that would separate you from most people in your field? So, like for example, in CTI, I'm not saying I'm the smartest, but I would say I communicate at a high level that separates me from most. So I know that's my skill. And it doesn't have to be a technical skill. What skill that you currently don't have that you think would separate you from most in your field?
Honestly, the knowledge base. I don't have a problem speaking. I don't have a
Be
problem
specific though.
communicating.
Give me a specific. Is it PAM? Is it automation? Is it different type of attacks in IAM? What do you not know? What is that skill? And if you don't know it right now, that is
Um,
100%. But it's a question to give you action. So you need to really think what is the space? What is the demand in the field? And can I do that thing? And if I can't, then I need to go do that thing and learn it. That is why I asked you that question. And the easiest way to figure that out is go on LinkedIn. This is the most boring work. The hardest work you're gonna do to get into the field is to go look at the job market and see what they're asking for. And guess
yeah.
what? You don't even have to like guess or write a script or do anything to go figure that out. You can just type it in and look on LinkedIn and take the first 5 pages. Don't be lazy. Not you, but people, don't be lazy. Don't look on the first page and look at all these jobs and go to the second. Pull like 5 pages. We have AI. Take them, scrape them, throw them in there, and ask AI to summarize the skills that are going on those pages, and it will tell you what you need to know. Do you know what token theft is? Every job is asking that. My IAM analyst needs to know what token theft is and the different privilege escalation techniques. They need to know that. I'm going to ask them that in the interview, every single candidate. And if you can't answer that question, then you need to learn that. That is what I'm saying.
Oh
And
yeah.
that is what's going to separate you, right? I saw
Hmm.
all of the different skills from my role. I'm like, okay, I can do all of that. What is going to separate me? Oh, can you communicate to executives? Can you disseminate intelligence to different teams in a way that they can understand? That was a skill that I didn't have that I had to go learn how to do.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It would probably be the knowledge. And that's what I've been working on. I've been going back and understanding the different acronyms, understanding why HR pulls files from Workday. So it's a lot of knowledge base, but I am currently working on that. That's a big reason why when y'all do have these lives, I will get up here and speak so that you guys will challenge me to work on the things that I might not be thinking
All
of.
right, I'm gonna challenge you. Here comes your challenge. You ready?
I am.
Will you ever hit a certain what where do you divide the where do you find the line or where you'll just I'm crossed the line, I got that stamp. Is that visible to you right now, or is it I can't even see the light at the end of the tunnel?
Oh, I definitely have lines. Like for me right now is um so the line that I'm trying to cross over to is being able to speak on it. Like if you ask me a question or somebody asks me a question, being able to speak over that. Once I am able to confidently and accurately speak on the knowledge, then the next goal would be um moving on to being outside of, I guess, what you would consider the analyst or um the mid level. Like I basically have a whole roadmap. Like my roadmap is done. Like I don't plan to stay on this particular side. You know the
I don't think I'm not hearing that the issue is a gap in knowledge. I'm hearing that the issue may be a gap in articulation, taking things that you know and being able to articulate it in a way that to your satisfaction. Uh,
yeah, yeah. But I think the biggest thing is like what how I'm speaking now. I wasn't able to speak like this when I first met y'all. So these are things that I've been working on that I know is going to help me even later on down the line. So, because when I first met y'all, it was confidence. So then the confidence, it went from confidence that it wasn't me not being confident, it was just me not knowing how to speak. So then I went back and I started learning the knowledge that comes with the role. So now I'm at a point where I have the knowledge somewhat, but if I'm asked about that knowledge, I need to know how to be able to speak to it to answer your question. Does that make sense? So that's like my goal right
yeah,
now.
that's the reps.
Um,
Uh,
Having people question me and being able to answer that question accurately.
all right, I'm gonna put this out there for everyone. If you can, if you got a 2-year-old niece, nephew, or son, daughter, try to pitch, talk to them about the tech, talk to them about the principles, the methodologies, all that, everything that we're talking about, and then go talk to the 5-year-old, and then go talk to the 13-year-old, and then go talk to the college student, and keep pitching. Go talk to Gramsci's. Call Gramsci's up, y'all. Call Gramsci's up and go tell Gramsci's what you've been working on. And if you can articulate it, and if you don't get a dead pause or she's not glazed over, like you success.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I have my brother. My brother is not really much in tech. He's a firefighter. So I tell him anything that I'm working on, and he just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I try to go forward and explain it because it does a lot for me. If I know that I can explain it and get him to understand, then I know I could definitely help an interviewer understand.
That's fire. Yeah, that's fire.
And also record yourself if you have no one to talk to.
Mm.
So someone in the chat asked me how I was able to communicate like how I did, or how I do, and that was from recording myself. So I had learned all of the technical knowledge, and I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I can communicate this in an interview. Because when the lights get on, you know, all that, I'm ready. You you sit there, you're like, damn, they're about to ask me something, right?
Yeah.
But you have to keep that same confidence, and you can practice that by recording yourself because you'll see how you're responding. Like most people in interviews, like when I interview people, they're like, what is the difference between RBAC and ABAC? Role based access control is RBAC, and they're gonna give me like definitions and stuff like that, right? That is not how you answer that question. What is the difference between those two? You could say something like RBAC, or role based access control, is access assigned on predefined job roles, while ABAC is access determined dynamically, right? It changes based on attributes such as department, maybe location, or device posture or risk score. And then I could also make it more simpler by saying RBAC is simpler to manage, while ABAC is more granular and scalable in complex environments. That is how I would answer that question in the interview, right? Or this is my last one. I'm gonna shut up, Nate. Someone would ask someone in IAM maybe, what is least privilege, right? What is a principle of least privilege? We all should know that, right? Least privilege means, I would say something like, least privilege means users should only have the minimum access required. Listen to the words I'm using. Minimum access required to perform their job function. This reduces lateral movement. Now I'm going into tactics and now I'm giving them, I understand the principle, but now I'm layering on top of how what the principle reduces. So I may mention this reduces lateral movement throughout the organization, maybe data exfiltration, privilege escalation. These are the different things that IAM analysts have to know. And that's how you layer on top in the interview. If you know all the technical knowledge, now how can you communicate that in a way where the interviewer, he not gonna ask me no follow-up questions when I say that. He's gonna be like, he knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you have to practice once you understand the technical part. How can you communicate it in a way where the interviewer knows what you're talking about? But if you're like so when I think of least privilege, I think that you basically give them the least amount. You see what I'm saying? And that happens. But that's what you have to record yourself and practice and remove that. That's it. I'm gonna shut up, Nate. My bad. And no, I don't work in IAM. I think someone asked me that, but no, I don't.
Yeah, that's fire. And Gio called it out. Like he said, hey, I felt like I could have spent more cycles with doing the mock interviews. Those are my words, but those mock interviews are gonna save you, and you want to have the people in your corner so that way your resources in your corner for hey, I'm getting ready to step in the ring. And you can go in by yourself. Geo Secure went in by himself. He did. Yeah, he could have spent some cycles, but you know what? For whatever reason, I'm going in, and he went in. So lessons learned. Okay, maybe some of the answers could have been like the elegant, simplified, and even interweaving some cyber security knowledge base in there is an incredible way to answer. Not everyone is going to get the 10 out of 10 outstanding way to answer all the questions, but do your best. Practice in a non-tense situation, so that way you can practice your at least 5 out of 10. Get that down, and then go try again. Go to a Nigel. Go to someone who's deep into the space, has multiple perspectives, a veteran, and then pitch it. See what improvements how can you get to a 6? How can you get to an 8? That's what I'm gonna land that there. Good stuff, Nigel. Good stuff.
No, you made a great point, man. Just practice until you're comfortable, and then teach it to someone else, and teach it to another person, another person, another person, another person. Like you should be able to spit it out like it's nothing. I can explain pretty much any domain to my sister who knows nothing about security, and even my wife, she's damn near a CTI analyst because she hears me talk about it so much. She understands all of the terminology.
Yep. We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes, y'all. 10 minutes. We are out of here. So come up, ask questions, drop them in the chat. Geo Secure. So outside of cybersecurity, it seems like you got a good work-life balance. Are you doing things outside of just IAM engineering focused mental space?
Yeah, I actually just started reading. So I kind of started with Atomic Habits, just kind of trying to like focus on like the system of my habits and trying to just dig deep into why I procrastinate and why I do some of the things that I do. And it's been a really good book. I haven't finished yet, but I've started reading, and I'm trying to get into like different hobbies. So I think probably after this live, I might go bowling with my homies or something. So, like
I like
that's
it,
a.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be live and breathe a monk mode. You don't have to be in monk mode. That if you can get into monk mode, more power to you. You know, work life balance would be key there, and
Definitely.
safety, y'all. You want to be safe out here, and I like that, bro, because you're saying that you don't have it all figured out, but
I don't.
you're acknowledging weaknesses, and so that way
Mm-hmm.
you're leaning into those fears, and whatever those weaknesses are, and you're building them. That's
Yep.
powerful.
Yep. It's just that's the best way to do it, honestly. Just putting yourself in the most uncomfortable position and just acknowledging why you're uncomfortable and attacking that straight on the head. That's where imposter syndrome is really built from. It's just kind of you know, not knowing your stuff. So that's where it's at.
Or so let's talk about it. Let's say you get
Hmm.
into the interview, you're in the interview, or even if you're on the job, you don't know your stuff. What are you doing? Are you raising your hand? Are you saying I don't know? Are you giving them what you do know? How does some of that? How do you navigate some of that?
So my mentors explained to me that you're not going to know everything on the interview. So your best bet is to approach situation like you're willing to learn. You're willing to apply yourself to however the team needs you to. So that's something that I learned because I will say a couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't even know. If you'd asked me this question a couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't even know. Like I would just be like, like I'll be so confused. So, but yeah, just coming off as you're willing to learn and you're willing to apply yourself and you're very, you're a very good candidate to work with. I learned that a lot of companies would work with you.
Yeah, I got another one to pitch at you. I know that you said that you connect with your bro and you share some of the stuff that you're talking about. Have you already found yourself even in the aspiring mindset? Have you already found yourself mentoring some folks who are reaching out and I want to do what you do. I want to get there. Are you already stepping into some of that behavior?
Yes, of course. With the power of content, you reach a lot of people. So my message requests be packed of people. Just trying to do a little bit of everything in cybersecurity. But I mean, I only tell them what I know. So what I know, I give them a little bit of information of what I know, and then I'll pass them on to some of my either homies or Discord groups or anything of just like join this community and you'll learn. So my communities that I'm in is not only IAM related. I have some that are, but some of them are cybersecurity based. So you got some pen testers in there, some SOC people in there, So yeah.
Let's talk about it. Since you brought up the discords, um, what? Whoa! I just saw a spaceship. That's pretty cool. Thank you,
Wow.
y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks for the gifts.
Man, they're going crazy.
They're going crazy.
What's That threw me off, bro. All right. What are the discords talking about? What's happening at the discord level? What are different? I know you said there's different groups, different flavors out there, but once you're in there, what are they talking about? What are they doing in there?
So the discords, we're really just showing love, connecting. Like how we already said, it doesn't have to be all just cyber. We talk about, just anything. Some people talk about their day. Sometimes we play Wordle in there, and also too is very informative too. And you have study groups in there also. So anytime that you need to study for a cert, and there's somebody in there that may be studying for the same cert that you are, you can go in there and plan a study session out, and y'all can get that in, and it's just a community. That's really all it is. It's just one big community of like-minded individuals.
Yup, yup. What's up, Tech Bro? I see you over there. So what about the resume, bro? How's the resume looking? Is it fire? Is it something to brag
Re-
about?
The resume is not nothing to brag about just yet, but it's definitely getting there. We've came a long way with building with building the resume, you know. So at first I didn't even know how to build the resume, but like with my mentors and stuff, talking to them, they helped a lot, a lot.
Cool, cool, cool. What's up, AG? AG, what's up, baller? Welcome in, welcome in. Questions, ideas, experiences that you want to share. What you got?
Yes, I'm just impressed that I see people that think like me. I'm a software engineer and I work for the government. Of course, I'm a Nigerian American. I like to say that.
Yep, yep. Welcome in,
So
welcome in.
I'm just impressed because all I do on this app is gift, shoot lines, and all that. So seeing something like this is impressive. I am, ooh, wow. And seeing people that look like me, of course, there's a lot of chaos online, people trying to separate FB. I'm just hearing some strange stuff. I digress. I'm sorry.
No, I
So,
appreciate it. The
you
recognition,
know,
for sure.
yeah, I mean, I love this. I love this a lot. So that's why I quickly came up
Yeah,
instead of, you know,
thank
going to
you,
do some other thing. Yeah.
thank you,
So my
man.
question will be
Yep.
to the host, and I hope you guys I hope you guys understand the words coming out of my African mouth. I
Yes,
try to
I
sound like
understand.
you
You
guys. I
clear, you
try my
clear.
best. Oh, I am clear.
You
Loud and
clear,
clear, baby.
loud and clear.
Okay. No too much thick Nigerian accent. Okay, that's
Mm-mm.
fine. Okay. So, question is from a, GRC perspective, how important is Linux knowledge for someone working in governance, risk, and compliance? I mean, is it important to understand Linux deeply or just at a high level? What do you think?
Uh, the proof, the answer is that's just not something that typically comes up immediately. Anyways, it's not the
Right.
where is it, and we want to see search related to it. And the proof is reverse engineering, everyone. If you're looking to understand anything about any specific role or any type of responsibilities, throw that stuff into LinkedIn and see what kicks back. If you were to pop in GRC or any type of roles within GRC, you're not seeing Linux a lot. You're not seeing a lot of Linux. It doesn't mean that you won't see a Linux. It's just that it's not the top skill that they're looking for you to have.
Hmm.
Now,
Anyway, that makes sense.
now, there is a movement towards GRC engineering, and in that realm, there's a lot of AWS and other things that could start to layer in the Linux background.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. Because someone was asking me the question, and I've not done cybersecurity. I work with them, of course. When you work for a company, especially government, you have a lot of departments. You have a lot of units. You guys are working together to meet the company's goal. You have a cyber team. You have the analytics team. You have these developers. You have the DevOps team. You have a lot of team coming together just to make the company function. So I mean, this is very impressive. That's why I just came up just to, and I'm gonna follow all of you. Just I'm impressed. I mean, I'm gonna
All
follow all
good.
of you.
Come check us out. Everyone, every day we're talking about a different topic. My goal is to bring in a guest like Geo Secured every single day. I don't accomplish that goal. It's a pretty intense goal, but I do pretty well. You can go check my profile and go see all the previous guests and all the upcoming guests as well. We got some heavy next week. Next week is the biggest week ever. Like
You
go.
teach?
No, I don't teach. I don't teach.
Oh my God, I will bring a lot of my brothers and sisters for you. Trust me. If there's any one of you that teach, I don't teach cybersecurity. I don't know. I don't. I don't
Now,
even have time to do that.
now we do have some educators like Gladys that comes through. So we do have folks that are instructors, and I think Nigel may do something. I think he taps into some sands. But there's folks that come in and out of this live. This community, we're building a community. This community is growing. It's growing.
Yeah.
I'm networking. I'm putting myself out there. I'm introducing myself to folks, and from there, they're thankfully have said yes to allow to bring their time, their knowledge, their nuggets, their gems, and then like Geo Secure, like just not holding back. And if you're not following Geo Secure, go check him out. I promise he has a journey that will inspire you. He inspired me. I had to speak to him. I had to give him his respect, his flowers. I'm glad you got those OG vets in the game in your corner. We are going to shut it down for the evening, y'all, out of respect of your time, bro. But you're welcome back anytime to come chat with us. You know what? Go ahead. You got the final words, bro. Anything coming up for you that you weren't able to get out there thus far?
Um, not realistically. We still working on a SC 300, so we're booked for that. Studying for that. We're in the process, and yeah, thanks for having me. This was my first ever panel I've spoken on, so I want to do more of this. Kind of tried to steer more into a professional environment, and just more of tapping into other people communities, and show love. So I want to do this a lot more. I told myself 2026, that's what I'm going to do a lot more, is try to get into more speaking events. Hopefully next time we could move into actual conferences and things like that. So
Ooh, yeah, we didn't dive into it, but good stuff, good stuff.
yeah.
I will drop a little leak. Here's a leak, y'all. We're going to expand. We are streaming live on YouTube right now, but we're going to expand.
Mm.
We're going to LinkedIn. I haven't decided how I want it to look. I haven't decided, but all I know is that's when things are going to get crazy. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Yeah.
So, great, crazy in a good way, and crazy with good activity. Crazy with like you brought in the
Mhm.
professional piece.
Yep.
Um, I don't know how we're gonna do it, bro. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm tuned. I'm tuned. I'm tuned for
Thank
sure.
you. Y'all have a good night. Thank you, Geo Secured. Another one in the record books. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. See y'all.
See y'all, man. Thanks for having me.